Hello everyone, welcome to FPL Subs and welcome to our new video. In today's video, we have the below topics to discuss. Game Week 2 points and analysis, Game Week 3 team and transfers. As a starter pack, let's look at the kings of Game Week 2. Many familiar names in the team. Alisson in goal, getting penalty save point, and two of the Villa defenders with great attacking returns, and all of them with clean sheet. Castagna from Leicester City with two attacking return, even though no clean sheet. Then we have some very unfamiliar name like Helder Costa, who have got now back-to-back attacking return and considered among a popular budget asset. Another player who have attacking return in both game week is Wilfred Zaha, who was impressive and already increased in price. Unlike game week 1, this time we have the counterpart of the Liverpool attack, and Mane is started his account and is set now for the season. Another total reverse performance from Spurs, and two of their main FPL assets have made to the game week 2 dream team. Maupay looked brilliant with both goals and assists, and it is quite evident that Brighton have found their new talisman. Finally comes the most discussed forward in the game week. With a hat-trick and could have got more goals, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who was facing a very poor West Brom defense and just hammered them. Also, he is in high demand among the FPL players, with already a rise in price and due one more before the game week 3 starts. Now, let's have a look into some fact check between these two game weeks. As you can see, the points of the players in game week 2 who were present in game week 1 dream team. This is a very interesting fact about the dream team, and as we called it, the bandwagon effect. That is, going for the best players of last game week, which may not be fruitful in most of the cases. Those who sold Son are the most frustrated in game week 2 as he scored 4 goals in a single match. Now everybody is getting him back. Another example is De Bruyne, who is a very good alternative for Aubameyang. Let me end the babbling about bandwagon here and let us take a ride to the FPL market. The most transferred in player is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which we have already discussed. Along with him, Son, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodriguez are also in the list and under everyone's radar. The most sold player is Aubameyang, who is facing a couple of strong opponents in the upcoming game weeks. Werner, Bruno Fernandes and injured Saint-Maximin are also getting sold due to their lack of points. The worry with Egan is also a warning sign for my team, as he is neither getting points nor playing. The reason why I am saying this is you can see in the screen that describes a very poor game week for me, with no transfers at all and blanks from everywhere in my team, and that is not the end. Adding to that, Egan decided to get red card and resulted negative points. An unconvincing score of only 38 with only Mitrovic with a double-digit score, my game week score looked disappointing. Even Mitrovic's future is uncertain, that you will get to know later in the video. Instead of discussing about each player from my team, let me focus on few weak links in my team and take you through my initial thoughts. Before selecting a pair and include them in my team, the most important thing I am concentrating on this season is the playtime and the role of the player in their respective team. Whilst creating my Game Week 1 team, I have faced difficulty for 4 to 5 positions. And while selecting those players for those positions like Egan, James Ward-Prowse, Jarrod Bowen and Mitrovic, I have considered them as 90 minutes player. Lascelles and Aubameyang was also part of transfer plan in the coming game weeks. Now, two more positions is added to the list as lack of points from Martial and not at all play time for Gordon, which nicely put me in the next interesting topic of transfers and of course wildcard. This is a hot topic among all the FPL managers. In this video, I will discuss a lot about transfers and give you a brief idea about wildcard who are new to the game, and I have also planned a separate wildcard video. The link I will later add in the description once ready, and there I will describe properly with each match review of game week 2. Wildcard simply means unlimited transfer, so that you can restructure your team, your plan, keeping in the mind of the form and the fixtures of the teams. You can bring in any player you like and replace players in your team multiple times, and that also without any point deduction. But of course, you will not be able to do the usual one transfer on the same week. But you can only spend the transfer value of players instead of their actual value or your squad value. I will discuss more about this in the detailed wildcard video. Now let me get back to where I was. That is, too many concerns in my team, including all types of players, low to premium, defense to attack. Although I have 2 free transfers this week, I'm not sure if that would be sufficient to restructure my team, as I am thinking to go to a combination of 2 premium defenders, 1 premium midfielder and 3 premium strikers, instead of my previous plan that includes 1 premium defender, 2 premium midfielders and 2 premium strikers, the formation I used in last 2 game weeks. As I already mentioned, the main concern in my team is Aubameyang, which was a pre-planned transfer for game week 3 to any of the Man City attackers. And De Bruyne is looking irresistible at the moment, which is current form, and his more advanced role in the team. Although the fixtures are mixed for City, but being attacking team and being the main attacker of this team give De Bruyne advantage over the other budget assets like Son, Bruno, Havertz, Rodriguez, Rashford, Pulisic or newly added Gareth Bale. Son, with his great run of fixtures, is also an tempting option, and I am yet to dismiss the Chelsea options. Another major issue in my team is the non-existence of my budget midfielders, and even more concerning is their rapid price drops, which cause me in the team value and block any particular transfer I want to make. As you can see, due to price drop for both Bowen and Ward-Prowse, I cannot bring a like-to-like replacement for them and has to go lower priced players. There are very few of them who have a secure spot in their team. The main talking point of this week is Podence from Wolves, who was brilliant in last 2 matches and becoming a great budget option for many FPL managers. There are also Zaha and Grealish in my consideration, being the main creator of their respective teams and getting attacking returns. Now let's have a look at my potential wildcard options. And yes, getting couple of Man City assets is the main objectives of this wildcard, along with couple of other informed players from other teams to accompany them and the change in formation. But as of now, I have not activated the wildcard and thinking to go by the priority. Aubameyang to Son or De Bruyne is very likely to be happen, and adding Jimenez in place of Mitrovic or Martial is surely I will do. Another transfer from Egan to James is forced as Egan is suspended and I do need a defender in place for him. I'm also thinking of buying Podence, but that depends on the real life transfer made by Oops in upcoming days. I'll be able to let you know more specifically in the wildcard video which option I am about to choose and why. Till then, take care and goodbye from me. Please do like, comment, share the video and please subscribe the channel before leaving. More videos are planned and your involvement will be highly appreciated. Goodbye for now to all my fellow subs. Keep enjoying and see you in the next video.